Inside the locker room, players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll take on Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And looking at the Dallas matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got George. Coulibaly is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Alexander Saw. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot.
Here we go.
And for the Knicks, up front it's Anunoby at the 4 and Towns at the 5. Jalen Brunson out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. And we talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right, in the modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with. But we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox. The vertical of OG and Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
McCollum with the ball. Pass to Coulibaly. Bounce pass Middleton. George finds Coulibaly. McCollum outside. Again, McCollum missing. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for New York. Here's Brunson. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years. Loading up for a title run. And they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. And, of course, you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to give Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit. Will they?
And here is Shamet, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly, and here's George. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Towns. His last outing with 20 points. Clock at 6. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for New York. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. 3 on the clock. Brunson from deep three-point range. And the Knicks miss again. The Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Coulibaly. Now Middleton beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Now here's Brunson. Bridges deciding where to go with it. And here's Towns. He's guarded by McCollum. On deep, Brunson. New York, no good that time either.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
Coulibaly, no good.
Boy, the defense baits him into taking that shot. Sometimes I say there's a reason you're open.
It's Hart on the wing. Anunoby passes to Brunson. They need this one. Rebound by the Wizards. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Well, the numbers back up that assertion, no doubt about it. And sometimes it's about, hey, we've got to get on the glass and make sure they're feeling us all night long. They didn't do that.
And here are the Knicks now after the basket by Washington. Anunoby kicks to Hart. Some nice passing by New York here. Jacks up a three. And Sarr pulls it down. Pass to McCollum. Back to Sarr from outside the arc. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards out front, leading by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Clarkson is out there with Bridges. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Yabusele in at the 4 slot. They're the group New York will start the second leg. ADB over the last several years, wins have been hard to come by for the Washington Wizards.
Kevin, it blows me away that this organization has not had a winning season since 2018, and they haven't won 50 games since 1979. Let's hope their young, inspiring draft picks are building into a good young core.
Now, here's Johnson. Jordan Clarkson missing his last shot. Shoots over Bridges, and Washington again with the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for New York. Andrew Shamet comes in for Clarkson. The Wizards also changing it up. George is checked in for Marvin Bagley. Chris Middleton comes in for Kispert. And it's Koulibaly in for Johnson. Now here's Towns. Still yet to score. Back to Yabusele. Towns, the pass to Yabusele. Towns against Koulibaly. Offensive rebound. Here's Yabusele. Good on the three-point shot. Yabusele's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Carrington. He's covered by Shamet. George with the screen on Bridges. Here's Koulibaly. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
The defense trying to touch up Bilal Koulibaly, and he says, I'm finishing despite that.
Knicks trail by 8. Shamet up top. Defended by Carrington. No good from Yabusele. The Wizards have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Middleton can't get it to go. New York's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Towns. Rebound, Washington.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
And the outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks, trailing by 10. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie Laporce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Kevin?
Thank you, Allie. Back to Carrington. Middleton for 3. Another miss by Middleton.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Right side Towns. Bridges outside. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And now just a 4-point Washington lead. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Middleton against Hart. And here's Middleton. With 1 on the clock. And it's good. Hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And
the previous play is under review.
Signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replay's here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
And so it's Washington with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. It's been a bit of a challenge so far for the New York Knicks. Well, I don't know about you guys, but my eyes have been glued to this one.
Man, it's hard to even look away. This game has been neck and neck.
Neck and neck? Where'd that come from, Ernie?
I believe that phrase comes from horse racing, Shaq. Think of like a photo finish like you and Kenny running to the board.
So if I trip him, would that be facing floor?
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Wizards.
They're getting a lot of looks at the rim, and that defense has no answer for it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. The opponent just doesn't have the guys to stop you.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Chris Middleton displaying his skills today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, this summer saw the first ever 17 trade in the NBA. You might wonder why it makes sense to involve so many parties, but basically teams have more flexibility, salary-wise, in these multi-team deals. It is enough to make your head spin, guys. This is where things are headed.
Big moves indeed. All right, Shams, we appreciate the update. Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Keyshawn George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Sarr in at the center.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor, goes to the paint, and does his thing.
Middleton against Bridges. Pass to Brunson. Now Shaman. Scoreless thus far. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
That's the confidence of Towns. This guy, regardless of situation, believes that shot is going in.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. In a hard-nosed defensive identity for this Knicks. But, GA, there's been some slippage.
Well, the challenge has been their two best offensive players get targeted at the other end. The adage, you're only as strong as your weakest link. It has some truth to it.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. McCollum against Brunson. Pass to Song. Here's McCollum from deep. And the three ball is good. McCollum's got the lead up to 10 now for the Wizards.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Bridges outside. Shamet kicks to Anunoby. Here's Bridges. Defended by Middleton. Towns a screen on Middleton. Clock at 4. It's up a 3. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Bridges. Towns has got a pair of threes now here in the third for New York. Outside, George. Pass to Middleton. Launches a 3. And it's Shamet with the rebound. Knicks trail by 7. Brunson right side. Now Shamet. He's guarded by McCollum. Towns a screen on McCollum. Shamet kicks to Towns. No good with the triple. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since.
My goodness, you see the elite athleticism of Bilal Coulibaly with a little sauce.
Hard, he's checked in for New York. The Wizards also changing it up. Champagne's checked in. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for Chris Middleton. Anunoby has the open look. Buries it from three-point range. Anunoby's got 5 now.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Pass to Carrington. Brunson against McCollum. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 6-point game. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. From outside, off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. McCollum laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Brunson outside.
Clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. And we've reached the end of the third. Wizards lead by 6. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
But we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Gershon Yabusele. Then there's Towns, and it's Hart in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. And so it's Washington with it. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Knicks trail by 6. Clarkson surveying the floor. From past the arc. And it's Shamet missing. Washington shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look for New York. OG Anunoby's checked in for Yabusele. Mikal Bridges comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Jordan Clarkson. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Alexander Song. He's checked in for Gill. George comes in for Kispert. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Johnson. And McCollum subbed in for Carlton Carrington. The three goes down.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Middleton. Another chance here. And the layup is off.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Anunoby outside. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Sarr pulls it down. Wizards leading by 3. Koulibaly. Count the basket.
Yeah, tremendous finish by Koulibaly. That free throw line and down, that's his comfort zone.
Here we've got Brunson. There's 1:59 left here in the fourth quarter. He's from 7. That one misses. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Sarr in the post, defended by Towns. Here's McCollum. Shoots. Rebounded by Towns. Knicks trail by 5. Outside, Brunson. Shoots it up.
Well, there's a savvy, a cleverness to what Jalen Brunson does to the defender. That pump fake, too good.
Jalen Brunson at the line, 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Now, Jalen Brunson plays bigger than his size. He's aggressive. He's going to go right at defenders. He doesn't care if you're bigger than he is. He will keep coming at you.
And both free throws good for Brunson.
Boy, in a tight game, he steps up and delivers.
McCollum against Brunson. Now Koulibaly. Now Sarr. Now Koulibaly. He's off from 3. Here's Towns. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, while Brian Keefe was just reviewing the plan with his team, Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort, and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
And give it up for the little fella on the inside there. Great rebound, even though he had to really fight for it.
Bridges knocks down the 3.
This guy has earned a reputation for handling pressure and making clutch shots.
Brunson against McCollum. Good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. George is out there with Song. Then it's Koulibaly. Then there's McCollum, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position. Brunson stays Angel and finds his opening inside.
Yeah, don't let Brunson's size fool you. This guy operates consistently on the interior.
Here's McCollum. Stolen by Brunson. And a fast break now for New York. Anunoby. Sarr pulls it down. Washington trailing. A 15-footer. Rebounded by Towns.
Oh, the defense very willing to live with that mid-range jumper.
Beyond the arc. Anunoby. The second chance shot is good.
You know this about OG Anunoby. This guy's going to give you tremendous effort nightly. Really good job on the glass.
Now here's McCollum. It's in.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
With it. He's guarded by McCollum. Now here's Brunson. Does not go. McCollum against Brunson. Here's Middleton. Shot clock at 6.
This is why he gets paid the big bucks. Middleton enjoys coming through in the clutch.
Here's Brunson. Six to shoot. Towns outside, shoots the 3. Missed on the 3. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Bridges with the steal. And the 3 misses. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll return shortly. Can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period. What a game of basketball this has been. Brunson with it. Towns outside. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Koulibaly. Sarr, and that won't go. Missing the go-ahead basket. Outside Brunson. McCollum there for the rebound. Wizards shooting at 50% in a decent group. Now Koulibaly. And here's Middleton. Pocket 6. McCollum. Oh, in right time and right place defending there. Brunson. Towns. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Here's Middleton. It's McCollum on the wing. Brunson covering. Brunson against McCollum. And he misses the J. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Towns, a screen on McCollum. Brunson fires. The three is off.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
McCollum right side. So a close game sees New York take this one. The double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. And now, our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.